we have to invest in the today in order to set us up for long-term success in the future. That's a very, very classic maintenance reliability problem that a lot of our listeners are facing on a day-to-day basis. Like, how can we get upper management to support us today, knowing that it's not going to make an impact today, it's going to have an impact over the next 5-10 years. So I guess the question here, George, is, any tips, advice for our listeners to gain that support like you did from all of your supporters?
Sure. Well, I got to tell you, I failed before I succeeded. We had a significant asset management program at DC Water, and we failed twice at it until we got it right. And that's part of all this is you do learn a lot as you go along, and we're not perfect, and those being willing to try things is what was a key part of our success. The first time we did asset management and that kind of enhanced maintenance program, we failed because I didn't know enough about it. I think your leadership does have to have a sense of what's this all about, and I didn't really understand what was going on. So I couldn't direct it. I didn't know what to do in order to make it succeed. The second time we did it, we relied too much on a very large consulting firm that did a lot of reports, but didn't devolve down to our staff. The third time we succeeded because it came from both sides. It was built on the knowledge and experience of our operators, and it had the support and engagement from the top. And I guess your question is, how do you gain that? I think for us, what caught my attention ultimately and drove me to keep trying until we finally did succeed was the sense of financial return. Someone in the upper echelon, it's not better or worse, by the way, but in the management, I had to respond and answer to ratepayers and the mayor and council members and ANC commissioners. I'm sure you have all sorts of overlays like that in a city of the scale of Los Angeles or any of your customers across the country. And the pressures that we feel are financial. Can we afford? What can we afford? And maintenance is one of the largest components of an operating budget that's driving your rates year after year after year. And frequently and appropriately, maintenance proposals are presented as how they improve operations, and they should. But at least in my experience, as you go up in the organization, and again, I don't mean better or worse, just up the hierarchy of an organization, making sure you have a very clear statement of the financial consequence and the benefit it gains. If you can save me 20% on what I'm currently spending in year 2, that's as if I got a 20% rate increase without needing to go to my ratepayers. And what can I do with that kind of financial flexibility to invest in green infrastructure or clean energy or biosolids or biogas? All these things become possible when I gain some financial flexibility on existing expenditures. And what maintenance, improved and proactive maintenance and asset management programs does is gives you flexibility on existing expenditures, not new rates. This is your existing revenue.